Hi folks, and welcome back to Math with Captain Rod. I'm making this video here to help you understand how to sketch graphs of an ellipse centered at the origin. So here's the standard form equation-wise for an ellipse centered at the origin. And ellipses are, for lack of a better way to put it, they're just stretched out circles. In fact, really a circle is a special case of an ellipse. And you have, some ellipses that, oops, let me get my pen up here. Oh, there it is. So you have ellipses that kind of look like this, and others that are stretched out more vertically here. And the long axis here from the center to here, that's called the semi-major axis, and then the short one's called the semi-minor axis. Over here, the semi-major axis here would be this distance here, and the semi-minor this distance. Whether they open or are stretched horizontally or vertically, you can tell by looking at these values. When this value under the x is stretched, or is larger than this one, the one under the y, they'll look like this. And when the b value is larger, they'll look like so. Sketching ellipses that are centered at the origin is a pretty short job, okay? So basically, all you need to do is find the intercepts here. I would suggest this. Set y equal to 0, solve for x, put those points on the graph. Set x equal to 0, solve for y, put those points on the graph. Pretty well then you can just fill in you can just sketch the rest. So I'm going to take this equation here. Let's start with this. We're going to set x equal to 0. And then this is going to read 0 squared over 4, if I write it all out, plus y squared over 9 equals 1. If we solve this for y, all right, we're going to get y squared equals 9, so y equals plus or minus 3. So now we'll just put these points on the graph. If x is 0, y could be 3, 1, 2, 3. Or minus 3, 1, 2, 3. There's 2 points on the graph. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set y equal to 0, and we're going to solve for x. So this is going to read x squared over 4 plus 0 squared over 9 equals 1. And of course this is 0. X squared is therefore equal to 4, so x equals plus or minus 2. So we know that when y is 0, x could be plus 2 or minus 2. Put them on the graph. That's pretty well enough. We'll just sketch our ellipse. Not the best ellipse I've ever drawn, but good enough, right? So when they're centered at the origin, they're really a piece of cake to graph. When they're centered elsewhere, this gets a bit more complex, and graphing them is a little bit more complex. But again, this is meant to be just a starting video to give folks an idea of how to sketch the graph of the ellipse. I'll make other videos for when they're not centered at the origin. All right, let's try another one here. All right, so let's take a look at x squared over 16 plus y squared over 49 equals 1. So again, let's set x equal to 0. And the resulting equation, I'm just going to write it out, is going to be y squared over 49 equals 1. So y is equal to plus or minus 7. So 0, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 0 minus 7. There's 2 points on our graph. Now we'll go ahead and set y to 0. All right, resulting equation is going to be x squared over 16 equals 1. X will therefore equal plus or minus 4. So we'll go to 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 4, 0. And that's enough now to start sketching our ellipse. Not the best ellipse I've ever drawn, but that's I'm going to call that good enough. So again, sketching ellipses that are centered at the origin, pretty well a piece of cake, right? I hope that this video helped demonstrate how to do that. Have a great day.